So we'll start this episode with a few thank yous. Thank you to Mark, who's given us some advice on replacing the lexan screens. The new piece of lexan turned up on Friday, so we're going to have a look at that during this episode. Thank you to Fiona, who's been working this week on placing the order for the new 582 for G-Gore. Not quite secured that yet, but she's doing everything she can to get me the right engine and all the associated bits and pieces that need to go with that. Thank you to Steve, who advised me that storing my prop on the workbench on its two tips probably wasn't the best thing to do, so I'll put that in the loft or up in the roof space there. And what else have we been working on? Oh yeah, you may notice we've got a bit of daylight outside in the background. That's because our little man's spending some time with Nanny and Grandad, so we get a bit more time to play during the day, so thanks to Nanny and Grandad for that. And also I've been planning this week what we're going to do with the battery, so we're going to have a quick discussion about that. Also a big thanks to Paul for our new plush looking bit of carpet for the workshop. So if I drop anything now, they're less likely for it to get damaged. I can store my tanks on the floor without them getting scratched, and it just keeps everything clean and easy to find bits and pieces. So what I've been looking at is relocating the battery, which is in the passenger footwell, to between these two hanger tubes on the rear here where those four holes are. So I'll be buying a new battery soon and making an aluminium bracket to fit it on those four holes. So I've measured up a 16 ampere 12 volt battery. I'm hoping that that'll be man enough to work the E-type gearbox with its built-in starter motor. So if anybody's got any thoughts on that, whether 16 amperes is enough, but I don't want to go bigger than I need because obviously it's extra weight and extra size, and it potentially won't fit between those two tubes. What else have we done? Yesterday we pulled the plane out into the fresh air, and me and my big lad removed the front canopy. So what we're going to do now is show how I'm going to go about replacing that front canopy for a new piece of lexan. Okay, so we're going to drill that one and that one over there, yeah? So if you sort of hold it in the middle, I'll do this end one first. And the last one, I'm hoping it's going to pop off. Oh, but he's questioning why it isn't popping off. Right, yeah. You got it? Mm-hmm. Right, hang on. My little support broke. We'll replace that anyway. Okay, if you lift it away. It's great. We'll put that in the living room. Just get on with it. Let's turn it over and let's just see. Has it got a protective? So what does it say? Storage sheets, UV. Install this side out. So this side has got the UV protection. That's easy. So I'm going to do a bit of a before and after shot, and that's how scratched this one is. Hopefully it'll come out on the video, especially along this edge. Shows up really well. Some deep scratches in that side. Well, that weighs absolutely nothing. Obviously needs now a little bit of cleaning up. So back out in the workshop, we've swapped 25 degrees in the house for 5 degrees outside, and I'm going to clean this up a little bit. So we need to get rid of these rivets that are protruding out of here, or the remains of, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to file these off next. Quick question, obviously I need to find some rivets the right size to fit these holes. I could just go and get some from Screwfix, or I could go on one of the aviation spares websites and pay a lot more. Obviously they need to be aluminium rivet. It'd be nice to have a stainless steel centre to them so they don't go rusty. But is there anywhere where that people may recommend that I get these rivets from? So if you've got any thoughts on that, that'd be quite useful. Right, I'm going to set about filing this off. So that's all the rivets released. The chosen method in the end was to, rather than file all those offcuts off, I drilled them down as close as I could, and then I tapped them through with a small drill bit, and yeah, they're all out. The only thing is, on this continuous hoop, there's no ends, so I'm stuck with a load of rattly rivet ends in there that won't quite come out. So what I'm going to do is probably release one of these ends by undoing one of the pot rivets, just enough to wiggle them out, and then I'll pot rivet that back in there. But I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm going to clean it up with a little bit of 600 grit wet and dry, and the next video will be cutting out the template and then pot riveting it back on. So like I say, any suggestions about the pot rivets, let me know. Thanks very much.